IT, let me know when I can start the meeting.
Right. Hey Tim, we're gonna be live in 2 minutes, okay?
We'll confirm.
You confirm with Ryan, hold on a second. Right guys, we're live.
Good evening all, happy spring. Welcome to our Monday, March 22nd, 2021 Historic Preservation Commission meeting. I would like to call this meeting to order at 6:34 p.m. Secretary Henderson, can you please read the notice of compliance?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. The notice requirements provided for in the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied. Notice of this meeting was properly given and published in the North Jersey Herald and News on August 7th, 2020, and filed with the clerk of the city of Paterson on July 31st, 2020, and posted in the Paterson City Hall immediately thereafter.
Thank you, Secretary. And I just want to point out that our Executive Director, Gianfranco, will not be in the meeting tonight as he's traveling. We will operate the meeting with Mr. Tim Henderson as a fill-in for Gianfranco. Could you please read the roll call?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Commissioner DeLees.
Absent.
Commissioner Garcia Leon. Commissioner Ahmed.
Present.
Commissioner Corbo.
Present.
Commissioner Redmond.
Present.
Vice Chair Rafael.
Here.
Commissioner Simpson.
Here.
Commissioner Walter.
Present.
Chair Tate.
Present.
Mr. Chairman, we have a quorum.
Thank you very much. At this time, I'd like to move to the third item on our agenda, which is the approval of minutes for January 25th, 2021, and the subsequent meeting, which was February 22nd, 2021. Can we get a motion for approval?
Motion to approve.
So we have Commissioner Corbo.
Second.
Oh, the second was Commissioner Leon. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Can we get a roll call?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Commissioner Garcia Leon.
Yes.
Commissioner Ahmed.
Stay.
Commissioner Corbo.
Yes.
Commissioner Redmond.
Yes for the January 25th, 2021, abstain for February 22nd, 2021.
Commissioner Rafael.
Yes to both.
Commissioner Simpson.
Abstain to vote.
Commissioner Walter.
Yes.
Chair Tate.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much. At this time, we'll move along to administrative matters with sub-item A, which is the COVID-19 state of emergency protocols, and subsequently B, which is zoning violation referrals and updates. Tim, could you provide us with those two items, please?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. With respect to sub-item A, I would like to remind the public that our office continues to operate on an appointment-only basis. Gianfranco and I are continuing to make site visits. We are actively meeting with the public, but flow into our office continues to be on an appointment-only basis. And I would encourage all of our applicants and the public to continue to use the website, which is updated regularly, and also to see our postings in the city clerk's office if that is necessary. With respect to sub-item B, I continue to work with Gianfranco's support to pursue zoning violations in the historic districts. Most recently, since our last meeting, our focus has again been in the downtown commercial district. There is an appliance store adjacent to City of Paterson parking site number 7. That had a number of violations which were forwarded to us by members of the public and the commission, and we are actively working with the zoning officers with regard to that site specifically. We are also pursuing signage which was installed on Main Street and Mill Street without the appropriate approvals. In the same breath, I would also like to remind the commission that there are a number of new signs installed on Market Street which were installed with historic preservation approval. So we do have many business owners and applicants which are following the correct process, and they are installing signage that is conforming with our guidelines. That concludes my report, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Tim. If there's any questions, please feel free to raise your hands. And Tim, please answer accordingly as you see it on the screen.
Of course, I would be happy to answer any questions from the commission right now.
Okay, so it appears that we don't have any questions. We'll move along to item 5, which is our committee reports. Can you fill us in on any updates regarding this matter?
Mr. Chairman, I kept that item there in the event that there were committees reports, but I was not forwarded any reports from our respective committee leaders. So if they have anything to share, I would welcome that.
Okay, I think we don't have any committee reports. I know it was a transition, between the last 2 meetings, and we did a lot in the last 2 meetings, so might be a few things that are on hold. So with that being said, I'd like to transition to number 6, which is old business and correspondence, and we'll start with item A, municipal historic landmarks designation, and can you provide us with information on the two items within that sub-item?
Absolutely, Mr. Chairman. The first designation, 9098 Pearl Street, better known to the Commission as the Church of the Holy Communion. The Executive Director, Gianfranco, continues to work with the congregation that recently purchased the building. Gianfranco met with them last week, the pastor and I believe his spouse. They are beginning their transition into their new Paterson home at the Church of the Holy Communion. There is extensive work that's needed on the building to meet their needs, and then also just for the general suitability of the building. They raised a number of concerns with Gianfranco, including replacement of certain windows, and also stabilizing, repairing, or possibly removing the belfry from the building. Now, this was a conversation, and Gianfranco continues to provide them with as much information and guidance as possible. And we also continue to work with this applicant to proceed with the designation of the building to give it a position on the Municipal Register of Historic Places. If I can answer any questions about that designation specifically, I would love to do so right now.
Please feel free to, raise your hand or just, I guess, let us know if you have any questions. Okay, I think we'll move to the next item under municipal historic landmark designations.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. 466-480 Toto Avenue, known as the Mish Silk Company Toto Avenue Works. The Commission will recall that this designation is currently pending as the possible, due to the possible sale of the building, and also a pending Division of Planning and Zoning application. Now, the first application that was submitted was not considered ideal for the site, and the executive director is now working with other Department of Economic Development staff to secure an application for a different reuse at this site that would be more congruent with the Great Falls Historic District and the Great Falls National Historical Park and Hinshaw Stadium, which are all right next to this property. I'm not in a position to answer a lot of questions about this designation, but I do know that Director Archimedes is working vigorously to secure a favorable redevelopment of this property.
This is Chair Tate. Quick inquiry. So with that being said, right now there's no projected timeline or anything. It's just still, they're still going through the motion of figuring out some of the important stuff to get it moving forward, correct?
That is correct. My understanding is that the Division of Planning and Zoning would like to resolve the application that they have received before presenting this designation to the Planning Board.
Confirmed. So if there's no questions from the commissioners, then I guess can you confirm that this item is complete?
This item is complete. The Director of the Division of Planning and Zoning and the Chairwoman of the Planning Board have received the requisite materials from John Franco and the Historic Preservation Commission's resolution recommending designation of the site.
Confirmed. Thank you very much. With that being said, let's move forward to item B under item 6. We're going to go into the director's report, the activity at the historic sites.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The comprehensive rehabilitation of Hinshaw Stadium continues to proceed. I know that there has been a flurry of activity with additional monies from the state of New Jersey. There have been more details to complete the very complicated financing package for that project. And I also know that the Department of Economic Development staff is now working with the developer and his team to schedule a groundbreaking ceremony. So I'm sure that John Franco will have an update for the commission on that in the very near future. With regard to other projects in the Great Falls Historic District, the Lou Costello Memorial Park Improvements Project, which is a cooperative effort between the City of Paterson and NJCDC, New Jersey Community Development Corporation, that project continues to proceed. I shared some photographs of the site with the commissioners today, and I would be happy to send some more. The site is completely fenced off and secured. They are doing some preliminary site work, and then I know that in the near future, the gazebo will be raised to make room for a totally different layout in the park, and also that the statue of Lou Costello, that statue will be picked off its base and placed in secure storage for the duration of the project. May I answer any questions so far from the commission?
This is Chair Tate. What's the tentative timeline for phase 1? I'm looking at the picture that you sent over, and I can see a couple of people in the field behind the fence. Actually, I guess they're probing some of the existing conditions. Is there any further development on the schedule or timeline for phase 1 leading into the next stage?
That I could not answer definitively, but I do know that this is a 1-year project, so it's going to start moving very quickly.
Confirmed. If there are no questions, I think we should move on to item 2 under B, which is the various Great Falls Historic District. Item 3, which is the various Eastside Park Historic District ongoing projects. The report for 378-382 East 42nd Street, new construction.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. With your permission, I'll also step back to the ATP site and remind the Commission and the public that the fence, which is being installed with support from NGDEP and JDEP, excuse me, now that we have spring weather and the ground is thawed out, the completion of that fence to secure the site will happen very soon, and that is all being done with direct guidance from Gianfranco, who's providing, among other things, archaeological monitoring and other support to the contractors working at that site. With regard to the East Side Park, the new construction which the Commission approved in November 2020, that project continues to proceed. If any commissioners have been over in that neighborhood, the site has been completely excavated, the concrete has been poured, and the formwork, the CMU concrete block walls, they've been installed, and also some steel framing to span the foundation walls. And very soon, the framing crew will be there to start putting up the building with stud lumber and plywood. It's going to move very quickly. I'd also like to remind the Commission that our office is working with 2 other homeowners on the east side right now who are doing comprehensive rehabilitations, and I would be able to share with Commissioners more details on those projects via email as they come in, but there are certainly some exciting reinvestment efforts being made in the East Side Park right now. Also, I'd like to remind the Commission that a property that the Commission reviewed very closely at 570 Park Avenue, that is a very large shingle-style home on an elevated corner lot, and that is coming to a close as the homeowner has completely replaced the exterior envelope, a new synthetic slate roof, plastic slate roof, and brand new wood shingle siding, copper gutters and leaders, and other copper metalwork. The building looks phenomenal if any of you are in the area. It's also very close to Commissioner Walter's home if you want to say hello to him.
Excellent. I see Commissioner Walter, your hand is up. Please ask your question to Tim.
Yeah, Tim, how about the violations in the east side, all those fences and stuff? Is that proceeding along?
That is proceeding, Commissioner Walter. Part of the problem right now is that these homeowners received their zoning notices and warnings, but now as they have received summonses, courts are not operating as they would normally, and we are not seeing the action that we would otherwise like to see. But I am communicating with the zoning officers right now to figure out how we can more expediently correct those violations. And I would be happy to share with you some of my communications with the zoning officers so you could understand better what is happening.
Thank you, Tim.
Thanks, Tim. So I believe we're going to move forward to item 4, which is Lambert Castle, which is the comprehensive restoration.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is not a project that I am... Excuse me, Mr. Chairman, I need to... 1 minute recess, please.
Confirmed.
Chair Kate, would you allow me to jump in on Lambert Castle?
Please.
So, Jim has been helping out, and he's gone to a few of our sort of project meetings, so he might not be as well versed, but at the moment, we've started demolition of some interior finishes. So no, the castle is still there, it's not demolished, but they're, like the marble floor in the atrium has been all ripped up because it's going to be replaced in kind. Some of the woodworking has already been sanded. So we're starting kind of like mobilization. setting up the office. We have a fence, put up. So it's all like basic sort of intro work. They are moving along. It should be about 365 days till project completion. So we're looking at the castle sort of being near finished by, this time next, year. That does not mean we'll be opening the castle this time next year, but we are on that trajectory. So I can share some pictures if anyone is interested. And if this stays as a sort of monthly report, I'll be sure to bring those photos with me.
I think that would be great. If you could, document, it's just interesting to see the progress of projects under construction. If you could, sort of catalog or archive your findings, nothing obviously intrusive, but, whatever you think is interesting for the commission, I think that would be a treat for all of us.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, now I think that's great. When Tim returns, I'll inform him that you gave us insight on the current status, and he may have 2 cents to add in on top of that, or we can proceed to the next item.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I would not be able to add to Vice Chair Raffel's report, but thank you very much, Vice Chair Raffel, for informing the commission.
Thank you very much. And with that being said, are there any questions, additional questions to either Kelly or Tim regarding this item? I don't see any hands. Okay, so we're going to move along to the public portion. Can we get a motion to open up for the public?
This is
I'll make a motion
Commissioner Richwell.
So I heard Commissioner Redmond for the motion, and then I believe I heard Commissioner Walter for the second.
Yes.
Okay, Tim, did you record that?
Correct. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, can we get a roll call?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Commissioner Garcia Leon.
Yes.
Commissioner Ahmed. Commissioner Corbo.
Yes. Yes, sorry, I thought you heard me.
Commissioner Redmond.
Yes.
Vice Chair Raffel.
Yes.
Commissioner Simpson.
Yes.
Commissioner Walter.
Yes.
Chair Tate.
Yes. So right now the time is let's call it 6:58. We're going to give the public 5 minutes to call in, and could you please provide the number to call in? And before we provide the number, I just want to acknowledge that we have our legal counsel on the call as well, Mr. Ben. So please proceed with the number for calling.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Those who would like to participate in the public portion may call in at 973-321-1579 and enter meeting ID 711-680-001. Again, they may call in at 973-321-1579 and enter meeting ID 711-680-001. Mr. Chairman, I have confirmation from our IT staff that there are no callers waiting in the queue.
Thank you very much. With that being said, I'd like to get a motion to close the public portion.
I make a motion to close public portion.
Seconded.
Okay, so we have Commissioner Redmond for the motion, and then we have Commissioner Corbo for the second. Please confirm your recording of this information.
Yes.
Confirmed. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Can we have a roll call?
Commissioner Garcia Leon.
Yes.
Commissioner Ahmed.
Yes.
Commissioner Corbo.
Yes. Yes.
Commissioner Redmond.
Yes.
Vice Chair Rafael.
Yes.
Commissioner Simpson.
Yes.
Commissioner Walter.
Yes.
Chair Tate.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, motion carries.
Thank you. Can we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Seconded?
All right, so we have a motion from Commissioner Redmond, and we have a second from Commissioner Ahmed. Can you confirm?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That's recorded. Before the roll call, if I may thank the Commission for their understanding tonight as I worked my way through some of these IT functions, and I also apologize for having to excuse myself a few moments ago. My wife and I are doing a complicated handoff right now as I try to work late and come home for the day. So I appreciate your understanding. Thank you.
Tim, you did a fantastic job, and just to add on top of that, I want to thank everyone who participated in listening to our meeting, and I want to thank the commissioners for their continued support and effort for restoring and just building up our great city, and your time doesn't go unnoticed. So thank you very much to everyone who believes in this town, and we have a long way to go, but I think we're all in good shape. And I want to say safe travels to Gianfranco if you're listening.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Commissioner Garcia Leon.
Yes.
Commissioner Ahmed.
Yes.
Commissioner Corbo.
Yes.
Commissioner Redmond.
Yes.
Vice Chair Rafael.
Yes.
Commissioner Simpson.
Yes.
Commissioner Walter.
Yes.
Chair Tate.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, motion carries.
So I'd like to officially adjourn the meeting at 7:03 p.m. Thank you very much, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Sue.
Good night.
Good night.